So welcome. There we go. Welcome to our Monday growth call. How many of you remember that song, know that song, will have that song stuck in your head the rest of the day today now? Chris Hill, right? This song is going to be stuck in our head all day today. You're welcome for that. There is a reason for us playing that song today. And Brooke, why don't you let them know?
How many of you love getting a handwritten note card from someone in the snail mail? Ooh. There was nothing worse than hearing your own voice back to you, by the way.
So I think Tiffany does because she was showing you one. Are you sending that out or did you get it?
Is that for
I'm
me?
sending it out.
Did it have my name on it? Oh,
It had my
cute.
husband's. It said Adam Silva.
I love you guys. I see you every day. I'm sending it to people I don't know that don't know me.
Well, why would you do that, Tiffany?
What's there a shortage of right now?
Inventory?
Right. So long story short, the church that I go to, the pastor's son is looking for a multifamily. And because they know I'm in real estate, they're like, help him. Well, in Maine, anybody on this call in Maine, there's not a lot of multis in Maine. So I literally said, okay, where are you looking? And I'm at, I think, 600 note cards that I've sent out. Handwritten.
Can attest to this. She was writing them out while we were in our room at Mega Leadership. She had her whole backpack. Mine was filled with food. Hers was filled with note cards.
I also learned, and I'm dating myself, back in the first, when I bought stamps back in the day, they were like $46. Now they're $63. Like, when did that happen?
Tiffany, you get one multifamily, and come on, I think that might.
Well, that's what Nate said today. And
return.
So let's talk about results.
Yes.
7.
What? Please tell us more.
7 people have raised their hand.
And what are you putting in this card? What are you saying that is the magic sauce that is that got 7 people to call you?
So I say, hi, you own a and let's back up even further than that.
It's riveting already.
I'm starting off with people that don't live at the property, live out of state, and have owned it since 2018 or earlier.
Okay.
And I'm sending a message out that says, hi, the reason you're receiving this postcard, yeah, I know, right? The reason I'm receiving this postcard is because you own a multifamily in Southern Maine. I'm working with a buyer who has looked at everything on the MLS, and we're now looking for off-market properties. Have you thought about selling? Or do you know someone that owns a multifamily in Maine that would be thinking of selling? Please
Okay,
call.
can I put a pause really quickly in here and put a little bit of a disclaimer? And if you're taking this from Tiffany, please make sure you have a buyer that fits that description. If
Right.
you're sending an email, a letter out, if you're sending note cards out and you're saying you have a buyer for this, please have the buyer for that.
Yep. And if you don't have a buyer for it, all you have to say is there's literally, like, I know in the area I'm looking, there's 23 multifamilies. There are currently 23 multifamilies on the market. If you're looking to name your price today, call me. Let's see if we can get it.
All right, that last part is the juice. What did you say?
I think I said, if you're looking to sell, name your price. Let's see if we can get it.
Name your price. If you guys, anybody go on Pivot Shift Ahead with James Shaw on this call? A couple of you. So you might have heard this on the call. This is an activity that is actually getting results, and in a MOFR that it's getting people to call you. So if you have one task today, I would do something like this. That's what I would do. Tiffany, what would you recommend?
I agree. And to Michael's point, absolutely offer, not sale. Whatever you're comfortable saying. I literally say, would you consider selling? I do use the word selling. I want to be that point blank and period.
Yeah,
You're not marketing, right? Not at all.
If I could chime in, I've always found that, would you consider an offer? It's more open-ended and non-committal than sell.
Yep.
And I've had a better response to that.
100%.
So Michael, have you sent out cards recently with responses, and can you share with us what it looks like?
I haven't recently. However, the draft of my postcards are going out. They should be done tomorrow. And it's more in and around property management and that area. But I've done postcards and it opens the floodgates.
Mhm.
If, a call to action, the medical residents will be here soon. A logo, recent rentals or sales, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, a price, a third party sell. Mike's the only guy I rent with, or the only guy I list with for my rentals. Mr. Joe Owner. Call today. That's it. A lot of white space. You've got them for 7 to 10, 12 seconds. I've also found that small postcards can be more effective because they fit into a purse or a book easier than the big ones, and they're a lot cheaper
Sure.
to print and mail.
Yeah, I think the whole point of this is that we're looking for the MOFR that works for you in your area and your clientele. Like if you're focused for multifamilies, there's an avenue for that. If you're focused for land, for whatever it is, first time home buyers, there's an avenue for it. And I will tell, what I'll say, Michael, is that first time home buyers, or actually anybody, I see that a postcard works. Yet what gets opened and gets more visibility is what Tiffany is doing with the cards, because it's handwritten. Have you noticed that?
Whenever I send cards or letters, the address is always handwritten.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yes, thank yous, holiday cards, anything like this, it's handwritten.
And handwriting is the magic. And let me tell you this, handwritten. Never did it say it has to be your handwriting. We got a whole bunch of college kids coming home. Mine comes home tomorrow night. Wish me luck. And that my laundry and that my washing machine is going to keep up. But it doesn't have to be your handwriting.
100%. So
It's
want the
best if it's
Wi-Fi?
not my handwriting.
I also include my business card, which on the back of my business card is my picture with the QR code. And then the front is just the information about me.
Look at that link tree. Look at that
Yeah,
link tree.
and I'm gonna share my screen really quickly because that's the other piece of it, right? So when you go now, when they do click on that QR code, it takes them to my little link tree, which says down here, do you have a multifamily to sell, a condo, a single family, commercial, or land, right? Then they could click on it. And when they click on it, all it does is go to a Google form. Like, keep it simple, right? And you know what this cost me? It cost me the stamps, the business cards, and the note cards, and time.
Hey guys, can I tell you what I do?
Of course. Let's hear it.
It's Karina.
Hi, Karina. Be careful driving if you're driving.
I am driving and I am careful. So basically what I do is when I see a condo that has sold, what I do is I print up everything that has sold. I look up the absentee owners, and I too look for people who do not live in the state. And I say, I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you wanted to sell your condo, it may be a good time to do it. Give me a call. Let's chat.
Yep. So my next step, right, because I'm going to continue, I don't actively practice. This is like a one-off because he's somebody close in my world. And there's an opportunity for referrals, right? So what I'm going to do from this point, my next thing is exactly what you just said, is I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a market analysis for different levels of multifamilies and condos and single families, and I'm going to send it out. Same thing, a link tree where they could click the link and get the information. The goal is, how do we get them to interact? And when they think of real estate, they think of you. And when everybody zigs, you zag. And right now everybody's zigging to social media. So we're zagging back to snail mail.
Zigzag, love it. I love the zigzag thing. And here's the thing, this is a simple activity that we can all do. And like Brooke said, you do not, if you have awful handwriting or you just don't like to write in general, there are people around you that will do it for you for little to no cost. So I would say this is an activity that every single one of us on this call, whether you are selling real estate, an admin of real estate, OP, a team leader, every one of us can do this activity and get a result from. So don't wait, act now, do it yourself, right?
Right, and go ahead,
Make
Brooke.
sure you're logging it. If you are sending one-offs to people too, remember you can log it. If you're pulling people into farms and you're using command, log those activities so you understand the things that brought the people into your world. You have a new mail button under activity when you use the app, and you can voice to text what you wrote in there so that you know what cards are working, what handwritten. And yes, I do put a return address on everything. Yep. I have a little stamp with the Market Center address and boom on the back. And I make it a little crooked for a reason so that it looks hand done, right? And I kind of put it over the envelope where it goes. So it goes across the envelope so people know if it was tampered with.
Again, what you're looking for is for somebody to look at that just a little bit longer than a postcard or something that a flyer that might come in your mail that literally, I don't know if you guys do it, but when I get my mail, it is the newspaper, coupons, the flyers, the postcards, and they go right in the trash before I even review, like look at them. So
Yep.
if I'm doing that, I know my consumers or clients are doing the same thing. So I'm looking for a little zagging a little bit differently with something. So, all right, would love to hear one or two takeaways from this first 13 minutes of our call. And then we're going to dive into our social media content that we have that we're sharing with you this week. Come off mute, put your hand up, anything.
They got nothing, Jen.
QR codes
QR codes.
Yep.
and the Google Forms.
We've had many a class on those, friends. If you are not utilizing them out of your KW Google account that we have, our workspace, and one, right? You need one open house Google form because it time stamps and dates it for you. No need to reinvent the wheel constantly. Make one for all of them. Yes, if you've been in my Linktree class in my Appy Hour, Linktree is one of my favorite ones. What if you could have price reductions in the last 7 days in the towns you cover, right? There's all kinds of fun things. Have your leadership get in touch with me and get me out for Appy Hour. Linktree is one of my secret weapons for you guys.
All right, let's get to content.
All right, let's get to that content. Doo-doo. Why is sharing your screen one of the scariest things on the planet still 100 years into this?
Remember that time I shared my screen with Gary Keller on the Zoom and it went off? That's why I don't like to share my screen ever.
And now he knows who you are. It's no big deal.
Not the best way to get a first impression from Gary Keller. It's okay. I'm over it 3 years later, really.
Really, it's no big deal. So we're still continuing on our fear versus fact. But before we do that, I do want to get to the productivity plays that Tiffany has been adding in for us. Last week was all about name your price. How many of you have been sending out name your price emails, snail mails? Do it. Do it.
Everybody's doing it this week. Like
Okay.
it's this week.
If
Okay.
not you, then who? Would the money be
Right?
in your bank account or someone else's bank account? That's the decision you're making at this point.
She's
They're doing
spicy. She's spicy. Okay, so this week's MOFers for the seller is sign up for a complimentary home equity analysis. Nobody knows what a CMA is. We're going to the Country Music Awards. Nobody knows what a CMA is. We can't talk in lingo and expect that our end users know what we're trying to say and explain it. So when then you go into the body of the email and you say, here's what an equity analysis does for you and the value of your home. Here's what you can find out. Be the local expert when it comes to the Country Music Awards. Not do the equity analysis. Nobody knows what that is. And then sign up for our list of top 10 best deals. Here's what I love about this one. What deals? So this means some interaction between you and the clients. Are you looking for the best deals on vacation properties, investment properties, commercial properties? So it starts with this, you get them in, and then you have a conversation about what's important to them. What do you mean a deal? Where's my coupon code? Do I have a promo code? Like what's the info and how do I get it? I love these because it forces and facilitates conversations on both sides between you and the person who is looking for it. Because the person in your data bank who's getting this also may not be looking, but their daughter is, their cousin is, somebody's moving back. College kids are moving out and graduating over the last few weeks.
Right.
How many of them do not want to live in their parents' house? How many of their parents do not want them living in their houses anymore?
Like, I don't really care what they want. I know Jessica moved out and my intention is for her never to move back.
All right. So those are the MOFers for this week. And don't forget, Tiffany has provided us with the 90 Days to Cap playbook. Okie dokie. Tiffany, we love these. Thank you for doing these. All right, let's go back up to the calendar.
Yeah, I just want to address a couple of questions in the chat. Lisa, what I would say, I'm sending MOFers out to everybody, circle prospecting, neighborhoods, database, anybody and everybody I can to get the phone to ring for me. So a MOFer could be a blanket MOFer sent out to Facebook contacts, your personal contacts, and beyond, if that answers your question. And then Laura, I believe she was showing you that page because that has the link to the 90 days to book, whatever that was.
Yep, that was the 90 Days to Cap playbook.
Hey, Brooke, can you make your screen a little bit bigger for us blind people? Thank you, my friend.
I think that might have been the issue.
I mean, I've only got my magnifiers on, my cheetah, my little cheetah-ritas. All right, here we go. Click the calendar. It takes you right down to it. So we are continuing with our fear versus fact. I love watching the conversation being facilitated on these posts because, yes, we are allowed to talk social media and real estate. Sometimes these are giving people an easy heads up on what to expect in certain situations. So this one, buying a home is too complicated. I feel like buying a house has never been easier. Like I remember when I bought my first house, I could sit on a booster seat of paperwork. I mean, I could use a booster seat anyway most days. Somebody brought me one at Mega Leadership. It was amazing. And then it's the easiest it's ever been to do certain things, but what people hear on the media could be swaying them to say this is too much. When in reality, working with a realtor, that's one of the benefits is they guide through the process. We get everybody going. So let's face it, buying a home is a big financial decision. It's natural to feel anxious or uncertain, but don't let those feelings stop you from taking the next step, right? You're a realtor or a realtor or whatever you guys call yourself in your local accent. Then on Wednesday, add pictures from Red Day. Add pictures from previous Red Days if you were not able to participate this year. But this is a chance to reach out to your community and find out who else needs help that we can get in front of the Market Center leadership to provide some assistance. Red Day doesn't have to just happen one day a year. Our market centers do so much wonderful stuff. And if it weren't for our communities telling us about needs, we wouldn't know. So this is another way to talk about your Red Day experiences or copy and paste what I've put in exactly. But I need your help. What local charity should I know about to help make sure our associates are aware of a local need? Please let me know in the comments below or DM me. DM means direct message. So whatever platform you're using, DM, direct message me. I've included the generic Red Day, but this is put all your Red Day photos that you love the best out there. Did everybody have a good Red Day? I had the best Red Day. I always have the best Red Day. Although a donkey bit me one year with Jen. It did. We were at an animal sanctuary. It nibbled. It came right up and goosed me at the fence. It was wonderful. It was the greatest.
For it, but
Probably. All right. And this or that. The only reason this popped in me head because my neighbors seem to be getting all new exteriors on their homes. So let the battle of home exteriors begin. Today we're asking you to choose between two popular home exterior choices, brick or vinyl siding. Do you prefer classic and timeless look of brick or low maintenance and customizable options of vinyl siding? Let us know and put your pick in the comments below. So go ahead, gang, put yours in the comments. Are you team brick or are you team siding? That was not one of the choices. That was not one of the, you're breaking the rules.
I'm a rule breaker and it
You're a
should-
rule breaker. I adore brick. Brick is one of my favorite things. Whenever we've had to have photo shoots or headshots, I always try to pick the brick. It is one of my favorites. Even like when they're whitewashed, good old Millyard brick. I grew up in Manchester, New Hampshire. They all Millyard everywhere, brick everywhere in New England. It is one of my favorite things on the planet. And then we've got two gorgeous ones that I'm sure were not built in this country, but I loved them so much. Now, what do you think this post is going to do in your world? What is some of the conversation you think is going to get facilitated because of this? Because I'm being sneaky about real
I'm
estate.
just gonna ask you what sells best.
What sells best? So somebody'd say, well, my house hasn't been painted since 1986. If I were to sell, what would I do? What should I do? Should I have it replaced or should I have it repainted? Or how about my house is falling apart on the outside? I don't know what to do. Who do you have for a vendor who I could talk to? A person who does this, right? So no matter what, we're having conversations about what if selling was the option, or who do you know that could make my home prettier on the exterior? It's my dream to have X, Y, Z. Yeah, maybe it could just be a power wash. Has anybody ever power washed? That is the most gratifying thing, to watch something go from yucky to beautiful and brand new, like a fence. Oh my God. There's a video game called Power Washing too. Don't ask how I know it, but it's very relaxing on planes. So you know. All right, that is this week's social media content. I have another treat for you. I am teaching this Wednesday in Nashua, New Hampshire at Gateway in Trafalgar Plaza. Don't know how to say that word. They have opened up remaining seats to anyone who wants to be there live in person. This is not Zoomed. This is a hands-on workshop. Bring your laptop charged, bring your attitude all charged up and ready to go, and join us. There are limited seats left. I'm going to put the link in the chat. There you go. I'm rolling right at 10. If you roll in at 10, I'm going. Find a seat, sit down, power up. Please be there early, because it's a little weird to get to if you've never been there. But if you would love to come to an opportunities workshop on Wednesday with me live at Gateway, this is your chance. We are going to make sure you leave with your listing and buyer's opportunities pipelines with tasks, smart plans, and follow-up ready to go. Everything. Your transaction coordinators, or those who assist you in compliance, are going to love you. And guess what? You're going to get paid faster because all your stuff's going to be there. So join me, join me, join me. Anything else, Tiffany? Anything else, Jennifer?
ready to give something away.
Do you have the winner? So we are giving away a Your First Home book, which is a wonderful book.
What could you do with that book? Like, let's say you already have it, or you already read it, or
Me personally,
what could you do?
I would raffle it off on my Facebook, my business Facebook page, to someone. I would not give it. I would make it public. It is not a pot holder, Harry. I'm going to find you in June. It is not a pot holder. I would raffle it off. I would make it a very public thing. I would make sure, even if I'm not, the person in front of us is not the audience, I would make sure that they know, tag someone who should be reading this, tag someone who it needs to go to. If you were to win and already have a home, who would you give it to? And then I would be making sure I had a first-time home buyer seminar, your first home seminar, cooking and on the books for the fall if you've never done it.
Well, how do you create something like that though?
Ooh, guess what? KWRI gives you the easy button. If we go to Keller Inc. and you go to your first home, they take you through. They give you the marketing, the Facebook, the social media, everything. What to say, the PowerPoint, who to invite, who is at this thing with you. Because at the end of the day, friends, the realtor is the person who says the least at these things. You're queuing up title, you're queuing up lenders, you're queuing up inspectors, and you act as a moderator and facilitator. These are a no-brainer. And you put out events into the community. You're able to advertise it in places that you can't advertise a property. So it becomes this huge funnel. This one is at Keller Inc. and it will take you into Connect to get all the info. So if you go to kellerinc.com, it's amazing. That's how and you can buy the book.
Presentation done for you. Now, I started my career off with first-time home buyer seminars, and I'll tell you, it works. It works to get into relationship with many people, not just the first-time home buyers. And I had to create all of that content. It is done for you. It looks beautiful, and you do not have to guess how to teach it. It gives you everything you need, and it's free. So whoever wins today, I hope you use this book well, because it could be a golden book to where it grows your business. So let's give away our first home book. And our winner today, you have to still be on to win, is, oh boy, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Wait a minute. Cindy Olson. Cindy, are you still on the call?
Oh no, I don't see.
I think she left.
Did she jump off? Oh no.
Mwah, mwah.
Hey, Jen, we had
Yes.
a lot of people jump on today expecting that the profile information.
next.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That's the
is-
second half.
All right, got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Content for social media first, and then Brooke goes into the tech second, and that is starting right in 2 minutes. So I need to select another winner.
And I just popped the Facebook group into the chat. The other thing is the region does send this out. So not only do you get the reminders of the growth call, you also get an email, maybe about within 45 minutes of this call, and it gives you where to access the information. Just so you know, you do not have access to change this document. It is copy, paste, download the image. When you put it in command, it puts your logos and your DBA logos on it for you automatically. So this is a pull it into command, schedule it for the first 15 minutes after this call. Go, go, go. All your posts out for the week. It's fast. Do we have another?
We do. An old friend of mine, Lisa Ramsbottom. You are the winner this week for our book,
More?
and it's a great. It's a
Thank
great
you.
presentation. Congratulations.
I have a first time home buyer who I promised I was going to get that book for her. And I think this one will be for her.
Excellent. Lisa, I'll reach out to you after the call to get information from you on how to get that to you. And congratulations on being our winner. All right.
2:30. Stay on for, what do you call it, Brooke?
Growth call in action.
Growth Call in Action, all about technology with Brooke. I'm gonna sign off, but I will see you guys next week. Bye.
You know why? It's because when I say tech, you go away. You go away. You don't show up. All right, let's stop the recording and restart it for the growth call.